In the early hours of a chilling incident in Dehradun, Uttarakhand, a 24-year-old MBA student from Tripura named Anjel Chakma uttered his final words, "I'm Indian." These words, spoken in defiance amid a brutal attack, encapsulate a deeper crisis plaguing India, the pervasive racism faced by people from the Northeast. Chakma, who was pursuing his studies far from home, was stabbed multiple times after confronting a group of locals who hurled racial slurs at him and his friends. He succumbed to his injuries on December 27, 2025, sparking nationwide outrage and protests in Tripura. To understand this, we must delve into the historical and social roots of such prejudice. India's northeast, comprising 8 states, Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, Sikkim, and Tripura, is a mosaic of over 200 ethnic groups, many with Mongoloid features inherited from ancient migrations across Southeast Asia. This physical distinction sets them apart from the predominantly Indo-Aryan and Dravidian populations in the rest of India. Colonial British policies exacerbated this divide by administering the Northeast as a frontier region, separate from British India, fostering a sense of isolation that persisted post-independence. This historical disconnect translates into everyday racism. Northeast Indians migrating to cities like Delhi, Mumbai, or Bengaluru for education and jobs often face harassment. They are mistaken for foreigners, denied rentals, overcharged by auto drivers, or subjected to sexual violence. Women from the region are particularly vulnerable to stereotypes portraying them as easy or exotic. The COVID-19 pandemic amplified this. People from the Northeast were spat on, evicted, and labeled corona carriers due to their East Asian appearance, leading to a surge in reported incidents. 78% of Northeast migrants in metropolitan cities face discrimination, recommending awareness campaigns and curriculum changes. Yet such recommendations have seen limited implementation. Racism here isn't just interpersonal, it's structural. Media representations are scarce or stereotypical. Northeast stories rarely make headlines unless involving conflict or exotic festivals. Bollywood often reduces the region to caricatures, like in films where characters with Northeastern accents are comic relief or villains. This erasure breeds ignorance. Many Indians can't name all Northeastern states or recall their contributions to the freedom struggle. Economic factors compound the issue. The Northeast, despite its natural resources, remains underdeveloped due to geographical challenges, poor infrastructure, and historical neglect. Youth like Chakma migrate westward for opportunities, only to encounter hostility. This migration is bidirectional. People from mainland India also move to the Northeast for work, sometimes facing reverse discrimination in states like Manipur or Nagaland, where outsiders are blamed for job losses or cultural dilution. Caste intersects with this racial dynamic. Some scholars argue that India's racism against Northeast people mirrors casteism, where purity and hierarchy based on appearance persist. Tribes like the Chakmas, to which Anjel belonged, are often scheduled tribes, facing double marginalization. Political narratives exacerbate divisions. Regional parties in the Northeast sometimes fuel anti-mainlander sentiments for votes, while national discourse portrays the region as a security concern rather than a cultural asset. This brings us to the crux: education as an antidote. India's school curriculum, largely shaped by the National Council of Educational Research and Training, focuses disproportionately on ancient civilizations, Mughal history, and the freedom movement in the Gangetic Plains and South. The Northeast gets cursory mentions, perhaps a paragraph on Assam's tea or Manipur's polo origins, but not its rich pre-colonial kingdoms, biodiversity, or modern integration. You know, students often grow up with a pretty skewed view of India, seeing it mostly as a Hindi heartland-centric nation. This perspective honestly tends to ignore the Northeast's strategic importance. After all, it shares borders with 5 countries, and its huge contributions to biodiversity, sports, and music. If we start incorporating Northeast history and culture into our syllabi, it could really help bridge this gap. Just imagine textbooks that detail the Ahom kingdom's resistance to the Mughals, the matrilineal societies of Meghalaya, or say, Tripura's indigenous art. Education like this would, well, humanize the region and help reduce stereotypes. In 2021, after a YouTuber made a racial slur, students actually petitioned for curriculum inclusion to fight ignorance. At the end of the day, Anjel Chakma's death isn't just a crime. It's really a symptom of lessons we haven't learned yet. Central and other parts of India need to confront their biases, whether that's through policy, media, or, education. Teaching that the Northeast is India, diverse, vital, and equal, really starts in schools. Without that, unity just remains a slogan. And honestly, tragedies like this will keep happening. As Chakma's brother pleads for justice, let's let his story be the catalyst for change. A curriculum that unites, not divides, making sure no Indian ever has to prove their identity with their last breath. Thanks for watching. If you found the video insightful, hit the like button and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.